Hi, my name is Taylor Bigelow and I am currently a senior at San Jose State, majoring in child and adolescent development. I'm excited as we continue to progress throughout this semester to learn more about different food cultures, but for this assignment I have chosen to focus on the food culture of my grandma and of my friend Kat. Here's a picture of my grandma and I. She is Irish and her religious affiliation is Catholic. My grandma herself never immigrated to the United States, but some of her family members did 3 generations ago. Here is a picture of my friend Kat Lowe. She is half Mandarin Chinese, and the other half she is Scottish, Irish, and German. Her family's religious affiliation is Christian, but she considers herself to be agnostic. Family from her father's side immigrated to the United States 2 years ago. Foods that are indicative of my grandma's culture are fish, beef, cream, butter, cheese, potatoes, and cabbage. While there are similarities of indicative foods like beef and cabbage between my grandma and Kat's culture has other foods like dumplings, dim sum, chicken feet, mushu pork, and boa boa that are indicative of her Chinese culture. Regional foods my grandma grew up eating were corned beef and cabbage and bangers and mash because the significant staple foods of her Irish culture are potatoes, meat, and cabbage. Regional foods Kat grew up eating were schnitzel, corned beef and cabbage, and dim sum. Staple foods for her food culture include 1,000-year-old eggs, rice, seafood, pork, chicken, beef, and noodles. When comparing cooking ingredients, you can see differences because my grandma's Irish culture uses a lot of cheese, salt, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, whereas Kat's family uses a lot of ingredients connected with their Chinese culture, like chilies, soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, vegetable and animal stock, mushrooms, green onions, and parsley. When it comes to meals eaten per day, results for me indicated that it was more of a personal choice versus cultural. Both my grandma and Kat eat 1 to 2 meals per day. My grandma said she eats more of a brunch and dinner, whereas Kat eats breakfast and then dinner. For my grandma, since she has been a vegetarian for 30 years now, food items needed to make up a meal for her are potatoes, pasta, salad, cheese, and some type of vegetable. For Kat, a meal is nothing specific, but dinners often contain rice or pasta, meat, and a vegetable. When asking both my grandma and Kat about the holidays they and their family celebrate, they both said New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. The only added holiday Kat celebrates is Chinese New Year. Although the same holidays are shared, the special foods prepared for each holiday are different. My grandma stated that she has corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day, ham and scalloped potatoes for Easter, prime rib, mashed potatoes, and green bean casserole for Thanksgiving, and turkey, stuffing, cranberry, potatoes, and squash for Christmas. For my family, most holidays are spent at my grandma's house, and we continue these traditions by having the specific meals. For Kat and her family, the special meals they have are a 14-course dinner for Chinese New Year, corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day, lamb for Easter, turkey for Thanksgiving, and ham and lamb for Christmas. Outside influences that impact the consumption of my grandma's culture of foods is her geographical location and who she's eating with. Kat's cultural consumption is altered based on what seafood is in season and what vegetables are fresh, so they usually prefer to eat foods with longer shelf life or that are dehydrated. My grandma said that there isn't any specific foods that are symbolic, but mentioned the fact that in her Irish culture, potatoes are important in signifying the end and recovery from the potato famine in the 1840s. Kat's Chinese food culture views oranges as a symbolism of good luck along with fish, and that noodles are representative of length of life. American culture has influenced my grandma's cultural habits because it gave her more diversity and exposure to multiple cuisines, her favorites being French and Italian. Kat stated how American culture has not influenced or changed her Asian culture because they tried to stay true to it as possible, but she does embrace her American culture as well and balances between the two. Both food cultures have influenced American culture by providing significant holidays people celebrate, for example, St. Patrick's Day or Chinese New Year. They provide food influence with corned beef and hash or Chinese food, along with specialized drinks like tea or Guinness. After examining both cultures separately, it was interesting to see the similarities amongst the traditions but differences in the foods they eat. It made me notice how all our food cultures are intermingled and how sharing our individual aspects we have formed a diverse world of culture and food.